Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Two Drunk Guys Watch. My name is Rory MacLeod. I'm your host, and with me for this episode is Jesse Edmond. Say hi, Jesse.
Hi, Jesse. I do that joke, I think, every time, right?
We have a couple of co-hosts who like that one. What are you drinking for this episode?
So I have two things I'm drinking. I'm actually drinking a beer. It is a hazy IPA, Riot Down Under, not under, from Prison City Brewing. And I wanted to prove that I'm drinking a beer. I want to open it.
Okay, yep.
Did you pick that up? Okay, good.
Absolutely, yep.
Yeah. So, and it is, oh, actually, that's really good. Holy crap.
I used to do this thing with the whiskey where I would pull the cork and it would pop.
Oh, you know what? And here's the thing. I'm also drinking whiskey, from the Isle of Skye liqueur, aged Scotch whiskey, heather, honey, herbs, and spices. It is Drambuie, and here it is.
Interesting. I didn't know that was made in the Isle of Skye.
Oh yeah.
So that's where my people are from.
That's where my people are from.
So they make a regular whiskey called Talisker.
Yep.
Which I've had. I actually bought that for my dad. I had a little bit of it. So, okay. Well, for my part, I've got. I'm double fisting it here in my Two Drunk Guys Watch beer glass. I have Sam Adams Winter Lager, and then when that runs out, which it will, I have Two Fingers of Dewar's. So we'll be in good shape for this one, which is Shorts-A-Palooza 1. So we have 2 planned episodes this season for Shorts-A-Palooza. This is the first one.
Wonderful.
And if you're familiar with the channel, you will know that we've done this several times over the course of the years. And this episode's a little different than the others in that we are going to watch shorts only. There will be no feature film. So we have 5 shorts coming up for you guys. We have, the first one is Curious George Goes to the Hospital. Then we have Monsters Crash the Pajama Party, and followed by The Shoplifter. And then 2 episodes of Radar Men from the Moon, which we've been watching periodically over this season. So that's the lineup. What do you think, Jesse?
Listen, I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm such a huge fan of Radar Men from the Moon.
Really?
For years. Yeah, years and years ago, it used to be on PBS, and I watched it religiously. I was like that, and like old Doctor Who, and like Reading Rainbow, and I just mainlined that through most of my childhood. So
it's an interesting combination.
Yeah. It was. Well, I'm an interesting dude, so
yes. All right, so so everyone grab your alcoholic beverage of choice. And we'll get started right about now. There's a bit of silence at the beginning of this one. An eerie silence.
Public Libraries Film Center, State Library of Pennsylvania. I was just in Philadelphia.
Oh, so was I. Briefly, very briefly. For work.
Sure. I could read that before anybody else could, because I'm dyslexic.
Yeah. Now, was that Winston Churchill, do you think, produced this?
I don't. I think it would be, we can be curious on the land. We can be curious.
Plus, he was probably dead when this came out, I'm thinking.
I think he was, he was around for a while, but yeah.
So, this is obviously some kind of, claymation, you think? Or what is this?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to pick out like the specific. Sometimes you can see the fingerprints in old claymation, and I can't really see it. It looks like toymation or
like stop motion or something?
George
definitely stop motion.
The big box on the man's desk. What could be
But it'll be interesting to see like the people, because the fur on this, I think it's just typical. There's probably just clay all inside that little curious.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. They put fur over it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they just costume everything.
Now, did they use faux fur or real monkey fur?
I think what they did is they hollowed out a real monkey and just shoved a bunch of clay in there, and then you just move it around as you want.
That would be far easier.
Maybe he could eat it.
By the way, I'll commend you on your curiosity.
Yes.
For this.
Yes, you're Curious George. I did want to mention, two things. One, it has that same music that's all warped that we've heard in many shorts.
Yes.
This guy looks like on the, what was it, the Saturday morning cartoons, it was that commercial with the guy with the cheese wheel.
George.
Oh, yeah.
I see you've already opened the box
Isn't that him?
jigsaw puzzle. supposed to be a surprise.
Oops, a
hanger for a
wagon
hunk of
wheel.
cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get to work on it.
I feel like I should know that character's name.
That was not a like one of those what was the musical things they did about
The
politics?
Schoolhouse Rocks. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that was like
that wasn't that.
that was on a different channel. It's like, oh, we're gonna also do Schoolhouse Rocks, and it was like one of those was like, don't drown your food, like don't put too much ketchup on stuff. Like,
Oh right, yes,
Finally,
yes.
the puzzle
Yeah.
was finished.
Why do we remember all those
Well,
things? Those are like
almost
40
finished.
years ago.
we're
One
broken
piece
inside.
was missing.
We are. So I wanted to mention
The
a
man
little
looked
bit
for
about
it
Curious George. I know
everywhere.
we're talking over all the exciting things that are happening.
Strange. It's a brand
Essentially,
new
they're trying to
puzzle.
put together a puzzle,
Well, it
and
can't
one of
be
the pieces
helped.
is lost because the
Maybe
monkey's
we'll
eating
find
it.
it in the morning.
There, now you're caught up.
Let's go to bed now, George.
So, Curious George was the work of a couple,
Oh.
Margaret and H.A. Ray.
The next morning, George
and
did not feel well
they started
He had a
working on this in the
tummy
40s.
and did not want to eat his breakfast.
And they were
The man was
Jews
worried.
living
He
in,
went
I
to the
believe,
telephone and called Dr.
Germany
Baker.
or France
Dr.
or something
Baker
or other.
said he would
Anyway,
be
they had
over
to
as
escape
soon
the
as he could.
Nazis with their manuscript of Curious George.
Really?
First, Dr.
Yeah,
Baker looked
yeah.
down George's throat.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, they
It's-
were in Paris. Okay, so they
Then
fled
he felt
Paris
his
ahead of the
tummy.
Nazis invading in 1940
Oh.
on bicycles that
Then
they
he
had
took out
made
his
themselves.
stethoscope
Listen to this
and
shit.
listened.
Carrying the Curious George
I'm not sure
manuscripts with
what's
them.
wrong. You
Wow.
better take George to the hospital and
Boy,
have an X-ray taken.
this may be irony, but for all the years I've known about Curious George, I've
Don't
never
worry, George. You've
wondered
been here before when you broke your
where
leg.
Curious George
Remember how
came. I've
nice
never
the
had that
doctors and
curiosity,
nurses were?
Yes.
and now I feel better for now knowing that.
So the first Curious George book, he was in Africa and tells the story of his capture
The
by
nurse
the
took
man
them
with
to
the
a
yellow
room where
hat.
she
I
gave
guess that's
George
this guy.
something to drink that looked
He,
white
apparently he doesn't
and
have a name.
tasted
He's like the
sweet.
Clint Eastwood character
It's
in
called
Good, the
barium,
Bad, and the
George.
Ugly.
He's the man
it
with no
helps
name.
the doctors
Yeah.
tell what's
Right.
wrong with
Yeah,
you.
him.
Um,
The second book, Curious George Takes a Job.
Huh.
And then there's some other ones. Anyway,
I mean,
In the
I
next
am
room
going to
stood
throw
a
this out.
big
I didn't know
table
that about the first
And a
book.
doctor who was wearing a
the,
heavy apron.
now I'm looking at the man
He
in the
gave
yellow
one
hat. And I'm
just
like,
like
oh
it
yeah,
to the
that's a
man.
poacher.
George was
oh
curious.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Would he
Like
get one
that guy
too?
poaches animals
No, he
and his
didn't.
eggs.
Right, absolutely.
You get on the
He's a
table,
poacher from way
George.
back.
I'm going to take some X-ray pictures of your insides.
I love how when you're getting an X-ray, everyone gets a lead coat except for you.
Yeah, no. We're not concerned about you being able to. Okay.
I mean, it's just a monkey,
Hold your
right?
breath.
Do they want Planet of the Apes? Because this is how you get Planet of the Apes.
Now, you may
Irradiate
get
the
up,
monkeys.
and you'll have the X-rays developed
Like-
right away.
They should hit him with some gamma rays. Maybe he'll turn into like the Thing.
Now, let's see.
That'd be
There's
sweet.
something there that should not be.
Why, that looks
Oh,
like...
it's a tumor.
I think that must be the piece that was missing in our jigsaw puzzle.
Oh,
well,
oh.
well,
Wait,
well.
is the man with the yellow
At least we
hat
know
wearing?
now
Oh no,
what's wrong
yeah,
with
they're both
our
wearing
little
the
patient.
vests.
George
Right.
will have
Oh, I
to
see. You
stay at
pointed
the
that out.
hospital
Okay.
For a few days.
Yes.
I'm catching up.
They'll put a
drunk-
tube
you're
down
drunk
his
already.
throat
Yeah,
to get
I've
the
been.
piece out.
I'm
It's only a
drinking
small operation.
IPA
I'll
and
call a
Drambuie.
nurse and have her take you to the admitting
By the
room.
way,
At the same time, that's pretty
I,
brave.
No, I actually want to point out. I
Many
did
people
take a
were
sip of
waiting
one, take a
outside
sip
the
of the other
office.
one, and I was like,
George had to
these
wait
pair
too.
really nicely.
Look,
Okay.
Betsy.
Yeah. So
There's Curious
I
George.
might
Look,
have
the,
to.
the monkey's getting an
Betsy
amputation.
had never been to a
Yay.
hospital before. She was scared. Finally, it was George's turn.
I could be.
A
I
nurse
could.
wrote
I could see
down a
being
lot of
scared in the
things
hospital.
about George. His name.
Now,
and
what about
address, and
Furious
what was wrong with
George?
him.
I'm all for Furious
Another
George.
nurse put a bracelet
I think
around
that should
his
happen in
wrist.
this episode.
It has your
Yeah,
name
I'm
on it, George.
the only
so
the only
that
one I don't like
everybody
is
knows who
Apathy
you are.
George. 'Cause
Mm.
he doesn't do much.
My name
Yeah.
is Carol. I'm going to take you to your room.
My
now.
name is
We
Carol.
call it the children's
God.
ward. There will be lots of children to keep you company.
They cast me because of my
So there
soothing
were.
voice.
There were lots of children in the room. Some were up and around. Others were in their beds.
Some
with
were
a doctor
dead.
or a
Now,
nurse looking
I
after
just
them.
maybe I'm pointing out the obvious here,
Dave was having a blood
they took
transfusion.
but the monkey to
Steve had
a
his
human
leg
hospital,
bandaged and was in a
Correct.
go-kart.
but it's a
For,
monkey.
for
Looking dead,
swallowing a
looking
jigsaw
sad.
piece, not exactly
George
what's
was
happening
glad
with these
when
kids.
he
I
was in
assume
bed
are
at
having
last.
transfusions,
His
and you see
tummy
them
was
like
hurting
limbs
again.
are bandaged up and shit, and he's just swallowed
I
a
have to
piece
leave
that's
now,
going to
George.
pass in
I'll be
about
back
a
first
few
thing in the
hours
morning
at the
before
most.
They take you to the operating
What?
room.
And
Operating
Carol
room.
will tuck
He's
you in
leaving.
when it's time to sleep.
It's cardboard and paper. It's going to disintegrate in his stomach.
No, it's fine. We're just gonna leave this chimpanzee here
Right.
in a
Rip
bed
the faces
with a
off.
bunch of children. Nothing's ever gone wrong there.
As he
No.
promised.
And none of them
the
are going to
man
catch
was
any
back
additional
early next
diseases from
morning.
this animal either.
The nurses
guess we
were
shouldn't
keeping
overanalyze
George very
kids'
busy. One nurse was taking his temperature and feeling his pulse.
He's got 2 hot nurses
One
working
nurse
on
brought
him.
him
I
a
mean-
pill,
This is
Ooh,
to
a
make
pill.
you sleepy, George.
and another was getting
Curious
ready
about
to
some
give
other
him a
stuff.
shot.
Oh, shit. Look at that
Going to hurt
syringe.
George,
Uh-oh.
That's
but
going to go
only for a
through his
moment.
arm. Look at how long that needle is.
I know.
It's like,
The needle
maybe
hasn't
go with a
touched you
smaller
yet.
needle because he's tiny.
Or maybe like
Nah.
not show it to him first. Isn't it?
Well,
There.
that's probably a
That
good
wasn't so
idea.
bad, was it?
I don't know how they give medicine to children.
No,
It's
it
been a
really
long time
wasn't.
since I was in that
And
position,
anyway,
but like,
it was over now.
yeah, I think they probably don't show them the needle
By
ahead of
the
time.
Yeah.
time the attendant
I-
came to
I
wheel
would-
him to the operating
I don't know.
room,
My
George
my
was
kid's
getting
too
sleepy.
small for that. They
he
just
tried hard to stay awake.
you know prick her
because he was
foot and then
curious
she
to
starts
see what
crying.
would happen
Yeah.
next.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
In the operating
She-
room,
she doesn't
there
have a
was
lot of
big
responses
table
to things
with
yet,
bright
so.
lamps over it, and doctors and nurses
for the
all
audience, my
around.
kid is 5 months
They
old,
had
so
caps
you
on
know
their heads
Ah,
and masks over
yes.
their faces.
This is
Only their
actually
eyes
a
were
pretty
showing.
complex. If you think about all the movements
Dr.
that are
Baker was
happening
there.
here, right? Like, look
He
at
looked
this
fine
know.
with
animation.
his mask on.
This isn't bad. I
Soon
mean,
George
no,
was
it's
fast
it's
asleep.
impressive.
we need more of the warped music.
It's not maybe not quite
When
as
George
twisted
woke
as like a Tim
he didn't
Burton
know
thing,
what
but
had
it's
happened.
you know
He didn't even
It's
know
trying.
what it was at first.
It's all done, George.
What did he bring him? A copy of his latest book? Hey, look, check this out.
Running around
This is where I got you from Africa.
it appeared
George
to be the
felt
Giving
sick
Tree.
and
Oh yeah,
dizzy.
it might have been- no,
His
it's going to
throat
be.
was
I
hurting,
guarantee
too.
you, it's going to be.
We'll let
This is
him
going to be
sleep.
super dark.
The more he
Yep.
sleeps, the better.
This is where I killed your parents and stole you from
Oh
Africa.
no! Also, I will
The
say
next
this:
morning, George felt
Manny
better.
hat wearing bright
Dr. Baker
yellow
came to see
while
him.
hunting.
And of course, the
Yeah.
man came too.
That's kind of that's a little bit of a
Betsy was
baller move.
watching
He's
him
a
from
little
time to
terrible.
He's
time.
also a bit
She
anorexic.
seemed a little less
He's also a
sad,
little bit like.
but she still didn't
Is he
smile.
the Craven the Hunter of the kid book set?
He needs to put on about
Boy, that
50
kid
pounds to
hardly
even think
weighs.
about being Craven the Hunter.
That's true.
He's a skinny, willowy wisp of a dude.
Maybe find a spot or get some you
The
know.
next
Of
morning,
course, they're all kind of
George was well enough to
formless.
go to
Like
the
all the
playroom.
humans are just kind of
the
That's
lady
true.
was showing Betsy how to use finger paint.
like none of them have any kind of
There were all
muscles or
sorts of
anything.
things
They're all
to
just
do with.
sticks. I suppose that's the art
There
style.
was even a
Do you-
puppet theater.
when you were a kid,
And
do
that
you
was
remember
just the
anyone
thing
ever
for
showing
George.
you how to finger paint?
He had 4 hands, so he
In
could handle
school,
4 puppets
probably.
at the same
Yeah,
time.
But I don't remember
George
it
gave
though.
a
no.
real
I'm sitting
puppet
here
show.
going, "Hi, what? You're telling me that these kids need to learn how to finger paint?" I feel like all the words are in the title of finger paint.
Right.
Also,
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of instruction involved. It's basically here's a canvas or whatever, and then you just do it.
I'm just glossing over this nightmare fuel right here.
This is a puppet show for the kids in the hospital, I guess?
I guess
don't know if
so.
they're going to start beating each other. That'll be good.
The
And
children
then
laughed and
they did the
shouted,
blanket party, the end.
And even Betsy,
Yeah.
for the first
The
time,
blanket party, you know what that
smiled
is?
a little.
Don't know if I know what the blanket party
There
is.
were
That's
other
where
things in the
they, so if
playroom.
you're in a bunk bed,
A TV
they
set,
pull the blankets
and a
down so that you
record
can't
player.
move, and then they beat you with stuff.
George was curious.
Oh,
As
jeez,
he
that's
climbed
terrible.
on the record player,
That's a real
and
thing.
turned the switch,
They should
It
at
is-
camp and
would
stuff
it
like
go
that.
round
Or prison, I guess.
and
Okay,
like
oh,
a
yeah.
real
I
merry-go-round?
feel like, camp, prison, same difference.
Well, I mean, in prison they can get you other ways. Like the,
That's
the
true.
blanket party is kind of the default thing. I suppose that never happened to me, but
That feels like something that came from like the military.
oh, that's true.
The
That could also be in the
children
military.
cheered.
Yeah, that makes
George
sense.
was so funny.
That's enough for now.
I think what happens in
You'd
those
better
cases
take
is
a
these
nap
kids
before
have older
lunch.
brothers who tell them
We have
about these
big
things.
day
Yeah,
ahead of
and then
us.
they're like,
And then
oh,
they
and
go
we
and
go
do
to
it.
camp and do
Coming to
this.
visit the
Right,
hospital
right.
Yeah.
today.
And their father, who doesn't pay attention to things, is like, yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
We didn't raise psychopaths at all.
When George woke
Nah,
up from his
that's
nap, Steve was just taking
He
his
still hasn't
first
passed
steps.
the puzzle piece.
The
No,
go-kart
yeah.
was standing there empty.
Uh-oh, the monkey's getting mischievous. Oh, shit. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
I wonder what would happen if I rammed that into the nurse's legs from behind. Let's try this. Wonder how far she would fall.
I'm going to point out that monkey got really good at that at the wheelchair pretty quick.
Yeah.
George, stop this instant.
I'm going to point out again, though, the animation here is actually pretty good.
Really good. Also,
We have like a perspective thing where he's like going at an angle. Like, that was pretty cool.
you know those cars that you would pull back and like let go and they'd ride?
Yeah.
I want one that's this. That's George in the wheelchair.
like
I want
the
that.
Evel Knievel one where you like pull it on the little. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Oh yeah, the one with the zips. You know.
Yeah. A friend of mine actually got one of those vintage ones and tried it out.
Ah, cool.
He had like these little jumps too that had like these little ramps that had like the Evel Knievel kind of stripe on it, and then it didn't work very well, but he tried.
What will the mayor think?
The toy's like 40 years old. He tried.
Everybody
but,
looked
yeah.
I mean,
and
it's
listened.
about you do the best you can
From
with what you
above
got.
came happy
Right.
laughter. And there stood Betsy.
That's the thing about collecting too.
Then
I know
the
this
children joined in.
channel isn't really about collecting, but I do want to mention this to you at the moment. I collect, vintage G.I. Joes and stuff. And you have to remember how old these things are. If you're getting the original, like, Cobra Commander from 1982, that is 43 years old coming up. 42, 43 years old. And you have to remember that. Like, that toy is just
Except
fragile.
George.
Well, after
Did we?
we first met, I actually went to
Don't be
a
sad,
collector's
George.
shop,
The
and
whole
one of the
thing
things they
was so
sold was the
funny.
O-rings.
I never laughed so
Right,
much in
yep,
my
yep,
whole
yep.
And I was like, wait, why would you need those? They all, you know, and like, oh no, because they wear out, because they're
Yep, they do.
I'm sorry
Rubber
this
and-
happened, Mr. Mayor.
Honestly, the best toys to collect
George,
is
you've
like,
made a
well, if you
terrible
can in the
mess.
box, obviously,
But
but
you've
like
also made our
if
sad
you can
little
get one that
Betsy
wasn't really played
happy
with that
again.
much, because
Yeah.
otherwise,
Now I see
yeah,
your friend
like the
has
ones
come to
I have
take
when
you
I was
home.
little, I don't have any of those. They're all gone. But
No, I
like
don't
if
have
I
any of
did,
mine
they would
either.
be worn the f out,
oh yeah, definitely.
and the vehicles probably too. Probably
Goodbye, George.
I don't even
and
know,
take
like
good care
broken
of
pieces
yourself.
and stuff. Yeah, but the ones I get now, and I scrutinize, and I'm like, I gotta make sure it has every single piece, and there's no scratches and everything else. It's crazy. But then again, I'm spending hundreds of dollars on a dragonfly, so it
Yeah, I
better
mean,
be,
right.
it better be in good shape.
There's something that belongs to you, George.
I would love if these things would be reissued, or I don't know.
What?
George was
I,
curious.
Curious
all these
George?
toys
Who
from
wouldn't be?
from all these toys from when. I mean, now we're talking about
There
collecting.
was the
Well, they
piece of the
are,
puzzle.
but they're
the
like
cards,
retro
all the
versions. So they
trouble.
try to make them look like the
How
old ones,
nice
but they're
of the
not
doctor
quite
to
the
save
same.
it for us.
Hmm.
And
They do
now
have
we
that
can
though. Like
finish
they
the
have like,
puzzle.
well, yeah, I don't get into all that, but yes, they exist.
Hasbro needs to release the STL files, and I know Hasbro watches their channel, so
Yes,
Hasbro needs to release the STL files so that we can print our own Dragonfly.
Yes, they
Yeah.
have classified some of the vehicles that are humongous. Like they have a HISS tank and
Oh,
a couple
wow.
other things that are classified scale. So they're 6-inch scale, which means they're about twice as big as the originals.
Holy cow!
Okay, well that was Curious George.
Oh, sugar
Here
pops.
comes that
Or
singing
Sugar Crisp.
bear again to steal my post sugar crisp cereal. I'll change
Now,
my
I
house
believe
into
this is
a-
one of the first Sugar Crisp
haunted
commercials
house.
based on this lady's
Scare him away
behavior.
forever.
Because she doesn't seem to know who Sugar Bear is.
Ah, haunted house.
Yeah,
Here you are, Lancelot.
she does give a lot of
Hey,
like
come back with that
like
post-sugar crisp cereal.
plot.
Sugar bear.
He's kind of a beatnik if you think about it. Like he has this kind of beatnik
Thanks,
lingo
Spook.
to him.
Whoever you are.
I mean, he's
Easy,
scatting.
fat boy,
He's
I got very little
Yeah.
flying
He's
experience.
scatting. Jesus. He's just dropping around the floor.
Granny,
He's
fancy
got
meeting
this
you
whole
here. I'll take
Dean
that.
Martin
Sugar
voice.
Crisp. Honey of a snack, honey-flavored wheat that sugar,
Yeah,
sugar,
this
sugar,
guy does
sugar,
sound like Dean
sugar,
Martin
sweet.
for sure,
I
yeah.
can't get enough of that sugar crisp.
I wonder if it is Dean
Sugar
Martin.
crisp.
I know, I'm
Nice
wondering that.
sugar. You can get sugar crisp in post tens too.
Post
Oh,
cereals make
post
breakfast.
Remember when they used to have those, like those collections of little baby cereals?
Oh my god, I love those.
You just get like one bowl.
Yeah, and you just like, yeah, I'm gonna have. I never took one bowl. I'd like mix two together.
Right, yeah. Okay.
What is this?
This is the weirdest effing thing I've seen in a while. This is called Monsters Crash the Pajama Party.
Oh my god, I'm all for it.
Welcome to
This
my home.
It's going to take a lot of patience. The beginning is very long.
You may wonder how I knew you were coming, but see,
Sooner or later,
This guy's got community theater written all over him.
I mean,
we start our show in your
also,
theater.
it's nice that he's
Producers
labeled a
and
mad
distributors
doctor.
Wish to take this opportunity to
I wish
warn
more
you
shows
that theater
would label their characters.
in the
Just
event
be
that all
honest.
the lights should go out,
Just like you're watching Starsky and Hutch. It's like, Starsky.
under
No,
no
that's the
circumstances
one.
attempt to drive it away.
I finally know.
May be the person beside
Yeah,
you.
which one's which? Yeah.
Yeah.
You may think my warning unnecessary, but in a few moments, I will be a lot safer. in
So
here
this guy is
than you.
yammering on about. He's warning everybody that this is going to be scary. That's the whole point of
Sometimes
this.
after seeing a show
Yeah.
of this type, you find
I couldn't
yourself
tell by
walking
the
home
context
alone in the
clues.
dark, and you hear
This is
strange
a
whispers
like
behind
15-minute
you.
short, and they spend half of it warning
And
you
when
about
turn
it.
around to look, if you
I'm
dare
serious.
look,
It's ridiculously long, this part.
nothing.
It's like, hey man, your jacket doesn't say like,
Every locked door,
you know,
strange
like
things
totally
await
sane
you.
doctor. It says
Creatures
mad
with
doctor.
powers
Like I
of
get the
fear.
idea.
Yeah, we got it. Like
Being
this
too
could have been
horrible to
about a
describe.
minute speech.
Yeah, like I can tell by your glasses that you're a predator, sir. Oh,
Right.
those are just your glasses? Oh,
That's-
oh no.
Wet, clammy hand.
Yeah, this is a dude who like sidles up to the bar after a long day of shooting dumb shit like this, and like, you know, says to some young lady like, "Why, hello, how are you? I'm an actor." And she says,
Only started.
"I'm sorry, I'm seeing someone," and then walks away,
Yes.
and he just drinks alone.
Yeah.
I guess like I am right now. So that's.
I like the forced laughter here. Okay.
Starring Vic McGee as the Mad Doctor and the fearless Lieutenant Hudson.
That's Vic McGee. He's got a
James
name.
Reason
It's
as
got a
the
name.
impeccable Professor Williams.
I've got a
Clara
name. Wasn't that
Mabel
a
as Miss Petrie.
who was that?
Pauline
John
Hilton as Dracula. Charles
James Taylor.
Eaton as Igor.
Oh, James Taylor. I was
Yeah.
thinking of Jim
Joseph
Croce, but no,
Armand.
you're right.
Oh, maybe.
Chris
I
Hampton,
got a name.
Peter
No, I
DeLuise,
think you're right. I think it's
Richard
well.
Sonny
Yeah,
Rodriguez,
I think it's Jim Croce.
Walter Richard,
Anyway.
Judith Carroll,
It's some Jim.
Gordy
Underrated.
Jean Louise,
Also, is that the
Mary Dwyer,
gorilla
and
from
Constance L.
the
Smith?
old
Picture-taking
Ghostbusters from the
machine run
70s?
by
The live-action
Austin
Ghostbusters?
This might be the gorilla from King Kong Fu, which was the season 4 ending episode,
John Hill.
Oh.
in which a gorilla who's supposed to be King Kong but looks like this is doing kung fu.
Makeup, Jay Lister.
That's, is that a real thing?
Directed
If you've
by
not, it's a
David
real.
L.
We showed it.
Whoa.
Hewitt.
If you've not seen it, I recommend.
Assistant director, Bill McIntyre.
Make sure you get something to drink though, because it's
Yeah.
it's your sanity will be challenged. I'll put it that way.
I might have to take some other brain altering device before I watch that. That's intense.
We have some real humdingers in our catalog, I have to say.
High-fidelity noise
We have OK
produced
Connery,
by
which
Frank
is
Allen
really
Carroll.
stupid, which is like a James Bond kind of
Sound
rip-off
stuff
movie.
run by Roger Soar.
We have a Bruce exploitation movie called The Dragon Lives Again, where he goes to hell.
I watched
Fake
that.
Bruce Lee. Well, he fights fake Dracula, fake James Bond, fake Clint Eastwood, fake Emmanuel, fake Exorcist, and fake Godfather.
Yeah.
That one's amazing.
That one's. There's no words for that.
Oh, and fake Popeye helps him.
Yeah.
Complete with his theme song at the end during a fight, and he eats spinach.
No.
Like that whole thing happens, yes.
Oh. I might have fallen asleep.
by Ernie Reed and
I love how
Bill Miller.
we're just completely talking over this bullshit. This is still the credits. This is still the credits, Jesse. They're all spoken, so you're not like, the director is so and so. It's like, who gives a shit? Move on with this thing.
Why did everybody own a fucking gorilla suit in the 70s? Like what?
I don't know.
Where did you? Oh wait, it was. Are there no F-bombs?
That doesn't matter.
Okay. It was at 24:30.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I think this may have been the 60s.
Okay.
I
It was the
think.
late 60s because.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing the color.
film was cut
Although
up and
great
stuck
job getting the
together
color
by
film
Ernie
and then
Johnson.
showing a black gorilla outfit interacting
Against a
with
black-
bunch of gray and white device. Real good job.
Well, it isn't. The good news is, if there is any, it's not throughout this whole short. It's just this first part.
Yeah.
Like, it turns into a normal-looking movie-ish thing.
I was excited about the animation at the front. It's like the
Animation.
Star Wars special. The best part is the animation. Yeah, there's like the house that was animated.
Oh,
by
gotcha,
David L.
yeah.
Hewitt and Jay Lister.
They're still talking about... Now, this is the screenwriters.
Dream by Gary Haycock.
What?
I'll point out, this short is
Found on a
15
gum
minutes
wrapper
long, and
by
we're now
Wayne Anderson.
at least 5 minutes in, and they're still doing the credits.
What layer of hell is this from? This
Produced
is,
by David L. Hewitt. The
Here they go.
fearless
Now
showman.
talking about the monkey suit. I'm gonna have to drink some more.
Associate producer
Yeah.
Ray Park. Also
The associate
Barry
producer
Hill.
of a short. Who gives a
Also
shit?
A showman.
wait, Ray Park. That's Darth Maul.
Oh, you're right. Wow, he would have been really young when this came out.
He was like 4 years old.
Right.
No-
If that.
no one-
Probably wasn't
okay,
even
you know
born.
what? That explains a lot.
It does. Okay, the clapper board is now done, and now they can move on. All right, that was not funny. Okay. Now we're back to this. The poorly lit soundstage that is probably, again, a community theater,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, Lieutenant.
I mean-
no one's been here since last year. Well, after
All the theater people are like, well, TV will kill what we do. So
Tell me
Yeah.
one thing, Lieutenant. Now, why in the world would they put this
also,
place?
this
Oh,
audio.
several reasons. The crazy rumors, for one. It's completely isolated and we're 20 miles from town. Rumors? What rumors?
What?
Oh, the usual kind. People around here claim
So these are cops doing something. We don't know what they're doing.
Midnight, of course. Monsters, you know.
They have
Well,
flashlights,
that's
so
true.
they're on the
This
case.
house was owned by some doctor or scientist years ago. Since then, he became a mad doctor who changes teenagers
Oh,
into
this
monsters,
is
has
Lieutenant
ghouls and fiends
Exposition
working for
here.
him. Whatever the latest
Now,
fad.
wait a minute. Since then, he became a mad doctor. Listen, you just don't become
Do you think I'll pay
mentally ill. Mental illness is
We'll swing out here
born
about
into
2
you.
and we'll
You
find
know,
something.
something
Now,
activates
it's
it.
getting late.
Yeah, but I mean, you can go
Yes,
from
I
being a
got to
regular
get to town.
scientist to a mad
The dean wants
scientist.
to talk to all of the counselors about
I
Right?
guess if something activates your
There'll be a
mental
lot of
illness,
trouble
sure,
tonight.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
no.
pick you up
You're
later.
triggered.
We'll swing out here about 2.
This poor guy needs help. He's
Right.
you know, he's probably suffering from PTSD.
He's probably wearing a monkey suit while he performs his experiments.
I mean,
Look at the
if
cowboy.
anything could
Yeah, it
happen.
looks like nobody's been in here for the past
We have a
year.
blank
Yeah,
canvas here. Anything could
Boy,
happen.
they sure picked the
And- yeah.
places.
One thing that won't happen is sufficient lighting, apparently.
What a house. It looks like
Oh,
Horror
hey.
Hotel.
Look at how
That's just
poorly
what
lit
it
this
is.
whole
Your
thing
room
is.
right
This
this
is
way.
Oh, Danny, don't you ever
This would be
stop
like if
joking.
you or me tried to be the lighting person in the movie. This is what it would
Yeah,
look
it's fine.
like.
Well,
I-
it's
it-
nice.
Ah, one light's good enough for this scene, right?
Oh, it'll take more than
You know what?
cobwebs
Here's the
to
thing.
scare us
I'm
up.
really good
Will you
friends with a
please
guy
make
who does
up
lighting
your
for
mind
films.
which one of the
And if I
celebrities you want?
made a movie with lighting this bad,
You girls
he
must
might
take half
stab
your
me.
house with you for one
Right.
night.
Haven't watched this.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you do differently? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Bring lights.
So these are
These
teenagers
other ones are full of junk.
that they're not really teenagers, of course. You can tell by
course.
their frown lines and everything else. They're in their 20s or 30s.
Yeah, the classic like 35-year-old teenagers.
Right, this is typical of the 60s and stuff. But
Yeah.
they are carrying pillows because they're meant to spend the night in this haunted
To take
house.
lessons from
Yeah.
you.
That is also the lab of this mad scientist.
It's a.
That looks
It's a-
like the set from a college play.
I mean,
Like
or
we're doing Our Town. Here's the set. We're just going to use it for
looks
this
like
monster
this-
movie.
it looks like the stuff you accidentally left in your garage when you bought a new house.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of like her though.
All right.
A little
all right,
salty.
all right. Yeah. I don't know that. I think something does happen to one of them, but it's not terribly scary. I think this is really meant to be more of a comedy than a horror. I mean, clearly. It fails at both, but at least
Yeah,
it
I was gonna
tries.
say.
It's about as funny as stepping on a Lego in the dark. That's the level of humor.
Sure you want to join that sorority now?
Look at that
You know-
filthy rug. They're gonna lay down on. Look at that thing.
Them lines.
Look, we'll be comfortable here.
It's got footprints on it. Look at when they walk. Oh my God, that rug's got to be about a quarter of an inch thick.
There you go. All across
What's
Just look at it.
happening?
Oh, he's
With your
smoking.
permission, ladies, we'll take our leave.
You wouldn't dare. Hey, Rat.
With your permission, ladies, I'm gonna pull this out.
Aren't you
Yeah.
going to build us a fire?
Fire, oh, me?
A fire inside the house. Sure, that's a great idea. Let's do that.
It would improve this.
And they would all die of smoke inhalation.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Unless they open the window. Even if they did open the window, I think they'd probably still be dead.
Okay.
I mean, these idiots would die. I mean, a normal person might survive, but...
There's nothing worse
Like,
than a
I've
cold
never
water.
wished for Michael Myers more in my life.
You know, I caught this Halloween movie where they were in a haunted house. It was like this weird, where they were like doing this reality show, sort of. It's a terrible movie.
Huh.
But yeah, that's what was happening, was they were, this situation, these people had like on a bet or to win money or something were supposed to spend the night in this haunted house. And the guy running the whole thing was going to scare them with these stupid tricks that he'd set up. Well, of course, Michael Myers is there really killing people.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I remember that one.
Is that Halloween Resurrection? It was on TV during the Halloween time.
Yeah.
And it was really bad.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here.
I think I saw it in the
It's just
theater.
a sorority initiation.
Yeah,
You'll be back
it
in
might have been
10
Resurrection.
hours.
I don't know. It's not
a good
it's
Michael
not
Myers
good.
movie, but it wasn't.
There was a lot of movies that were like, "Hey, reality television's a thing. Let's exploit that." And like, how are you exploiting the exploitation?
Oh, you know, the best subgenre is when they tried to do stuff with the internet when the writers and stuff really didn't understand the internet yet.
Yeah.
And like it was all this, like the net and like all these things where they were going through wormholes and all this other bullshit. Like they clearly didn't understand how the internet worked at all.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. Yeah. But none of them, I'll be honest, were nearly as. Listen, I'm waiting for a good thing to happen.
Oh, and this? No, dude, keep waiting. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Now, there are some funny bits, but they're like not, I don't think intentionally funny, but maybe they are. I don't know. Not this part. But.
Let's go back to the camp and get some monster stuff.
Now, what would really be happening in real life is that they'd be pairing off with the girls, and it'd be Sodom and Gomorrah all over again.
Well, maybe not these guys.
Well, okay. Normal teenagers. Here's your mad scientist, and who is this Vampira? Who's this woman?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Rip-off Vampira.
This is like a Vampira Yoko Ono mashup here.
Oh, you know, she kind of looks like the woman from Plan 9.
Wasn't that Vampira? Or there was also
Maybe it was.
Satana.
Oh, I think that was Satana.
Yeah.
Because Vampira was like a host, like a movie host, right?
No, Elvira was a movie host.
Oh, Elvira. But wasn't the one called Vampira too? Or no?
Yeah, Vampira was in Plan 9.
Right.
Satana was in like worse movies than Plan 9.
Wasn't there a woman named... Oh, here's your gorilla.
Oh, hey, good.
There it goes. Yoko Ono looks on.
Yeah.
Where's John?
She's just breaking up all sorts of groups.
Well, there was that Faster Pussycat Kill had an actress named something
I
Satana.
think that was Satana. Yeah,
Okay,
I think it was
okay.
just Satana. Yeah.
Hey, I never thought of that. Do you think that
Boy, she could really liven up this film.
Oh, are you kidding me? Anyone from that movie would be better in this movie. That's actually a pretty good movie. I tried to get that for this, but it's copyright protected.
It's got yeah.
That would be amazing if I get one of those movies. I also tried to get this movie called Werewolves on Motorcycles, which I watched part of it. It looked amazing, but it got blocked. So
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like something that would be blocked, but it was.
I mean, you never know. Some people are like,
I'm gonna hang on to this.
Is blocked.
No channel will show this, but I'm gonna hold on to it just in case. No one will give me a dime for this movie.
No one will have this. It's mine.
I mean, if they
Listen.
won't even show it on like Shudder or something, it's not worth like. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's showing Werewolf on a Motorcycle. Like it's silly. Astro Zombie, I'm pretty sure is public domain.
Is it? Oh, that's a great
Pretty
movie.
sure. Now,
The
one thing I
first
will
one.
point out to our viewers, there are movies that are public domain that I have not shown on Two Drunk Guys, and the reason is they've already been done, like on Mystery Science Theater or other places, and they Plan 9 and stuff, and Night of the Living Dead. Yeah, I could show those, but I'm not going to just because I want to show different stuff, and you can already see that somewhere else.
There's also like a bunch of Ed Wood movies that are totally slept on, and I think that's
I tried to get Bride of the Monster and it got blocked. So I was very
shit.
sad. I was very sad because I wanted to do that one.
It sucks.
Yep.
Oh, look, this guy's beer skill is finally.
I'm gonna sleep in the chair.
Whiskey's done.
Yeah. So he's got his moonshine going.
It looks like carbonated scope. Or Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid there. Oh, look, empty bottle
Empty
is
bottle,
labeled.
colored water.
Oh.
Maybe maybe turn those around before you go into
Right.
production.
Right.
I've never been less excited to see legs on women before.
Oh, come on. She's not that bad.
I know. Listen, she's great. I think all these women are very attractive and very beautiful. I just don't care.
Oh, well, yeah. I don't. Well, I mean, we're not really given any time to. I don't know any of their names. I don't know what they're doing. Like, it's just kind of rushed.
Although I'm pretty sure he's a mad scientist.
Yes, and then there's a mask.
Come on, hurry up with that tire. I'm hurrying.
Everything is so poorly lit, probably because they have no props, and so they're trying not to, yeah.
Now to recalibrate the setting of your
Like, this room here is very well lit. It's probably the only room in the whole movie that actually has a decent amount of props.
Yeah.
This is where they spend all their prop money.
Clearly, they have fire.
They do.
Man's first invention. Uh-oh.
Cut here. So this is clearly a self-effacing comedy, right?
Yeah. Also, it was weird that she had that tattoo.
Or a self-defacing.
Self-edifacing.
Yes.
What's that?
Well, it's called the lights going on and off. I know it's weird.
You're in an old house, and you're like, oh no, the
Well, she must have
I don't know.
Well, she probably
Electricity
went
was
on to
invented
different
25 years ago. What do you want? That's not accurate at all.
Probably
They must be all over the
60 years ago when this came
Yeah,
out.
it was about,
Maybe
yeah, it
we'll
was
find
like,
out before they find us. Okay, Laura, you go upstairs. Ann and Shelley,
I
you
want
take the
to
baby
point out
all
because
around
this
it.
movie is just not really doing anything. The last episode we did was called Operation Zebra Force or something. Oh, Codename Zebra. That's what it was. Have you heard of this movie?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
So, these group of white guys who are mercenaries put on disguises, which I'll do air quotes, and then they're black guys. That's the zebra part. And instead of doing blackface, which would be incredibly insensitive, they just have black actors pretending to be these guys. Which, I suppose if you're going to go down this road, is a better choice than doing blackface. But then, there's a scene where this guy is captured, one of them is captured. And while he's being tortured, he gets slapped, and they switch out the actor for the white actor.
That's amazing.
If that interests anybody watching this, it's the prior episode. It's very ridiculous.
That's a legendary film. That's why.
That part alone, I mean, we just died laughing. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
And the funny thing, right before that happened, I had joked about something like that happening, and that really did happen. That's one of those times when that happens. It's just, yeah.
I mean, it's like you saw.
What's the gorilla doing? He's humping something.
Well, this isn't the gorilla. I think this is the woman in the gorilla outfit, or in the. Is this? I think this is a.
No, the woman's
Bob,
right there.
Bob Dylan video now. Oh, okay.
No, I think the mad scientist meant to turn her into a gorilla.
Well, I thought he did because there was a gorilla wearing her like chemise, whatever.
Maybe it was a female gorilla.
Oh, that he was trying to turn her into a.
I don't know what the hell's happening.
I would like to note he didn't cut her at her tattoo, her weird tattoo.
No, he did not. Was he trying to give her a facelift?
It's almost like they would have to have a special effect.
Yeah.
This movie doesn't have special effects. This movie
No.
has special defects.
Correct. Yes, special defects. Yes, I was about to say that. That's good.
All right, you know, I'm popping. I'm having a Drambuie shot now.
Well, I have finished my Sam Adams, so I'm gonna have to move on to the doers.
Ooh.
I went through that pretty quick. We've got 3 more shorts to get through.
Yeah.
This one is a headache-inducing mess.
I'm just going to take this time to talk to the viewers, or to talk to your audience about Drambuie. Drambuie is a slept-on liqueur, I think. It's
People might sleep after drinking too much of it.
honey flavor. Oh, this is a true story. This is my great grandmother. Oh, wow, you got bandaged up pretty quick there.
That was quick. Yeah, it's good.
My great grandmother used to drink a glass of Drambuie before she went to bed every night.
Oh.
Every single night. And she would also recommend if you had a baby and the baby was crying or having trouble with teething or something, you
Or
just
algebra.
rub some Drambuie, or pretty basically anything. Just rub some Drambuie on our
its
graduating
eyes?
college, I guess. Yes, on its eyes. Yeah. Just
Yikes! So the other thing I wanted to do, Jesse, is that you are a star of other podcasts and things, and maybe you should take this time to talk about that.
Yeah, the one podcast I have going on right now is called Confusion is My Superpower. It's where I just kind of rant, but it's sometimes good. It actually shares. It's Confusion is My Superpower, and then Has Been Marvel is my other superpower, but it's going to be comics are my other superpower, where I talk about comic books and superheroes and stuff, like at random times. But I do those kind of in the same stream. Confusion is My Superpower is the stream, and people feel free to check it out. It's intermittent. I always record when I'm in my car, which means that nothing's researched, because I'm not like if I read while I'm driving around in my car, then I tend to get a little bit crashy.
Where could people find these episodes?
You can find it on Spotify. It's through Spotify Podcast, but you can find it on Spotify, on iTunes, anywhere, Stitcher, anywhere you can get your potty podcasts. Potty podcasts? I should have. I wish I hadn't said that.
Potty? Potty?
It's my podcast, and I'll cry if I want to. But lately I've been talking a little bit about having my kid and what it's like and that experience. So, check it out. And then I've got a new one coming out, but hopefully I'll be on early next year, and we'll chat about that one.
I hope so.
Yeah. You know what? I'll plug this because it's still out there. You were on the lounge.
Right. I was going to ask you about your interview show. Yes.
Yeah, I've stopped doing it. I may end up doing another game interview show next year, or something with games. But I recommend the Lounge. There's some great episodes of Lounge. Your episode's great. The late Darren Cross. No, Darren. No, not
That's
Darren
what
Cross.
I'm calling
Darren.
about. I'll live a half a
Darren
mile
Watts.
from that miserable place.
That's I think the last episode I ever did
What
has
seems to be your problem?
Darren Watts, who passed away last year.
Oh.
Or the beginning of this year. So, but it's just a great show. Alex.
What?
The racket
What?
they're
Is it
making-
sheer?
I don't know.
Anyways,
I can hear it like it was on my front porch.
This seems like plot. Is there
Now
plot?
listen, you little whippersnapper.
read
I don't
it
know
in
what's
the
happening.
I wouldn't be
I think this
wasting
is the
time
director,
calling you
maybe.
if I weren't. They came tearing past
She's just
her
talking about
going
the. This might be the
100
script supervisor.
miles an
Oh,
hour.
maybe.
The
I
way
think
you
this is a
people
guy
let
in
them
drag,
run
though.
wild.
Yes.
I think so.
I mean, they're not showing her face,
All
which
right,
tells
Mrs.
me
Petrie.
she's
We'll
either
come
hideous
out and
or
have
it's a
look
dude
around.
in drag.
Yeah. Well, thank you for calling.
Boy, that Petrie isn't a dish.
Right.
You're sick.
Yeah, that's right, folks. I'm a comedian.
Disgraceful. Horrible little monsters. In my
Suffering
day, we didn't do
succotash.
that.
You know what's amazing? We're also going to go off topic again.
Of course we are.
Here where I live, they have an over-the-air channel, which is a non-cable channel that you can pick up with an antenna, that shows Looney Tunes and Woody Woodpecker and Popeye in the mornings on Saturday mornings. And there are some of those that I've seen so many times
Lieutenant Hudson,
that I know the next line of dialogue that's going to come out.
Yeah.
I was watching the one where Bugs Bunny and the monster in the castle, and I knew every line before that was said, and it was so weird.
This is
Gossamer.
Williams.
Yeah, I haven't seen that
Yeah.
in 30-something
Your hunch
years,
was
and
right.
still,
Yeah.
every line of dialogue I knew what it was going to be.
Operation Party Crash.
Isn't that weird? Has that ever happened to you?
It's Oh yeah, those cartoons are ubiquitous from
I know.
our childhood.
I don't mean specific to cartoons, but like where you're watching something, you know every line of dialogue that's about to come out. It's so weird.
Or when kill the rabbit,
Yeah.
spelling magic helmet.
Well, my favorite Looney Tunes character has to be Yosemite Sam.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good one.
He is amazing. Oh, here we go. Does the gorilla have like a set of these little placards?
Again, I think it's like that Bob Dylan music video.
Or the
like,
what was the INXS where they had at the end? They had the little.
They did they did a goof on that.
What's going on with Yoko here? She's just sitting on the wall. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Why are they screaming? There's a guy in a mask. Oh, his pants came down. Oh, that's hilarious.
Huh.
They almost saw his, that's what they're scared of.
I mean, this is...
We did it!
Hey, wait a minute. We're... Oh, they're gonna fight the gorilla.
This will be funny, because it's not really a gorilla, but it's meant to be, I think.
Hey guys, it's just a guy in a suit.
What if that was a real? Well, if that was a real gorilla, they'd all be dead. But...
Oh yeah, I would just love for this gorilla just house these dudes. Wow!
Just start throwing them around the room.
Just like crush their heads. Like it becomes the most violent thing you've ever seen.
Picking up one of them and bashing the other one with the body.
Stabbing another one with a rib in the eye with another one. Yeah.
Standing over the dead body of one of them and just yelling. That'd be amazing. Don't they have water balloons? Oh no! Oh, apparently those are not water balloons. They're
bombs?
Bombs? They didn't really do much damage.
Yeah.
It's got, what is that, a death ray or something? Now that's the fanciest special effect in this movie right here.
That's where they spent their budget.
Yep, 95% of the budget right here.
That's also, for a few seconds, the best lighting of the movie. Thanks. You know what? I hate the gorilla now. The bang was I was on board with the gorilla. The bang was a bridge too far.
Yes. I think he does something stupid at the end too.
What's going on here?
Is that the J. Jonah Jameson guy?
That's good. That's
that actor?
I think it's actual J. Jonah Jameson.
Okay.
Yeah. Get me pictures of Spider-Man.
Isn't that really just Stan Lee though?
It was.
Or was it?
Yeah, no, Stan the Man Lee. He did voices on all the early cartoons.
No, but I mean, was J. Jonah Jameson meant to be a stand-in for Stan Lee?
Oh, that's interesting. I probably, because he's the editor-in-chief and
right.
Steve Ditko did not like Stan Lee. Sorry to break anybody's illusions about the early days of Marvel, but Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby were not friends with Stan.
Right.
So,
yeah, my impression is Stan was kind of a taskmaster, and they just,
Yeah, well, and then he would like, oh, okay, give me your finished comic book.
Right.
I'll change a few words, and now I'm the writer.
Right.
Yeah.
They're screaming because there's lightning.
I mean, and also, I'm going to point out, somebody scratched up this film real bad in the middle on all these points.
Right.
That's how they did that. They would scratch the film.
Right. Like a pin or something, and they would just,
Yeah. I will say, this looks pretty good for lightning from this era, but...
Yeah.
And there's that audio. They grabbed somebody else.
Yes, and that's one of the teenagers in a mask, or what's happening with this guy on the right here?
Is this like the curtain call? Was this a stage play?
A wildly unsuccessful stage play.
This is like no, everybody, this is the first draft of Grease.
Or a Little Shop of Horrors. Or Rocky Horror.
Rocky Horror. Oh, God. It's a Rocky film, but it's not Rocky Horror. What?
So there's the gorilla doing what now? Oh, he's gonna ring the gong. Okay, this will be hilarious, I'm sure.
But how do I know what noise the gong makes if the gorilla doesn't hold up a sign afterwards?
Well, that's true. He'll have to, yeah. What is the point of this?
I do enjoy that the sound came out like a half second after.
Yes. And that was the end.
No, that was some time in my life.
Jesse, we should have a Play-Doh party.
I'd be all for it. And Play-Doh was awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't care.
You can get a Play-Doh fun flyer free.
Now, admit it, did you ever eat Play-Doh?
Specially marked packages.
Yeah.
It's lots of fun.
I mean,
and
not this
little
week,
enough
but
to
you
take
know.
with you wherever you go, while supplies last.
Ooh, they go with you wherever
The
you
Play-Doh
go.
Fun
Jesus.
Factory toy comes with everything you see here.
Play-Doh is like, this is the toy you play with indoors. And also, here's a Frisbee. Don't send the kids outdoors. They'll not play with your toy.
Teenager, the factory worker.
The unruly
But
teenager.
many merchants don't guard against
The
these.
Beatles' second album.
Even though they annually steal
Andy Warhol?
$2 billion,
What?
more than all the nation's burglars.
This is the Shoplifter, which I believe we'll get a title here in a second.
Oh, cool.
There we go. Yeah.
I bet this dude is strong. He can lift a whole shop.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe that's a superhero.
Why is he robbing people?
The Shoplifter.
That seems
He
rude.
goes around lifting up.
Just, I'm the shoplifter. Arrest him. No,
He's strong, but only when he's lifting up shops. Otherwise, he's a weakling.
It's the only thing he can lift is shops.
Oh, there's a car stuck on top of a child. Sorry. Go get Superman.
Sorry.
I guess. Yeah, I can't. Unless you're if you sell something out of the car,
I was gonna say,
maybe I could lift it.
you get in that car and sell me your watch.
Excuse me. Your business is selling.
Excuse me, I farted.
Right?
God, I might have to make that character in a game. That's really funny.
Yes, and merchandising is the way to do it. Appealing
You
displays,
could land a
easy to
jet
serve
on my
oneself,
haircut.
and make them want.
Wow.
That's quite the flat top.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
many
that is,
customers take this serve yourself too
That
literally.
is.
Woo! Zoomed in for your
And
pleasure.
about 1 of every 60 customers entering your store will want it so badly they will attempt to steal it.
Want it so badly,
The
Justin.
shoplifter knows the hand is
She
quicker
wants
than
it
the
badly.
eye.
Yeah.
The eye of an
I know,
unobservant
that's-
salesperson.
That's why I stopped. That's why I
The
closed
hand
my
will
store.
do the
Yeah,
stealing.
yeah.
The amateur
I only got so much
shoplifter
it to
may
go
steal
around.
because
Right,
he can't
right.
resist an opportunity to get
You have to keep
something
some
for
in
nothing,
reserve.
because of need, for the thrill of it,
I mean,
Vitamin.
for
He's gonna
luxury.
steal vitamins? Okay.
for psychological
I need them.
reasons.
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Shoplifters come
for
from
his
all economic levels.
his
What
don't know.
what was that? Oh, that!
Oh, look at that.
Days are
Sneaky.
Friday and Saturday. Opening and closing hours and lunch hour
Still
are
that
choice
calendar.
times because that's when
Yeah.
alertness by sales personnel is usually the lowest.
Oh, yeah. They're drunk.
But who steals, why, and when?
So
they
I'm
steal
gonna throw an
makes
anecdote
little
out there.
difference to the
I used to work
salesperson
at a
who
place
does the most
called
efficient job
Shoplifters
possible.
are us?
FYE, For Your Entertainment.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Are
Yeah.
the greatest
Yeah,
deterrents
and
to shoplifters.
I worked in the
And
comic
it
book
goes without
section, which
saying
was owned
that
by another
protecting your
company.
store's
So,
profits
but we
enhances
stopped
your
shoplifters
opportunity for
left
salary
and right,
increases.
Yeah.
all the time,
And
and it was
directly
just.
affects
But
you as a
my favorite
customer
time
in
was,
other stores, since
whatever
shoplifting
reason,
losses
baseball,
are added to the price of
football, and
merchandise.
basketball cards were the things that kids wanted to steal
Oh, okay.
the most.
Here you see actual
And
footage
I
of
caught
a
these kids
professional
that grabbed a bunch
shoplifter
of
at work.
basketball
She
cards,
is about to
and
commit
they
a
went
theft.
to another aisle, the
No
software
one in the
aisle, because this is the
supermarket
90s.
knows
Nobody
what is
bought
taking place.
software
Oh,
because
okay,
they
okay.
didn't know what
She
computers
stacks
were
these
yet.
stakes
Right.
too neatly.
And they're in the software aisle
To an
opening up the
unobservant
packs.
salesperson, she may appear to
And
be
what
an
they're going to
average
do is they're going
housewife.
to leave the
But
packs
an
there
alert
because the packs had all
will notice a large coat,
the
full
sensors on
skirt,
it,
and big
and then
Oh.
take the cards.
These make for
But they're
quick and
opening up the
easy
packs and looking
concealment of
through them.
merchandise.
And I walk up behind them. They don't hear me. And
Notice
I'm
how
looking over their
easily she slips
shoulders,
the stakes
watching them
under
open
her
packs.
dress,
And I go,
holding
that's
them
a good
between
one.
her legs.
And they just turn and they go, ah! And they
Whoa,
like
look
run.
At this, look at this move. Look at that. She stuck
This is one
all
of the
these
many
meat between her
methods of
legs. No
boosting.
pun intended.
The professional
Interesting.
term for shoplifting.
Now, was
And
that
it's
the
most
maid from
common
the
technique
Jeffersons?
employed by the female pros.
I
Given enough privacy.
Well, here she
can
is
make off
again.
with portable
Now, are they
televisions,
going to catch her with all this?
typewriters, radios, tape recorders, and small
She has a
appliances
typewriter
just
between her
as
legs?
easily.
What?
I don't
She
think
can
that's
steal
gonna
items weighing
survive
as much as
all the way
25
home
pounds.
though. Like that
A
seems like
typewriter?
She buys one or two inexpensive items to cover
Why did
her
it say she had a
purchases in the store.
typewriter?
it seems getting a little warped.
It is
Yeah,
folly
And they're
for
giving
retail
examples.
merchants
How would
to
you
attempt to
shoplift a
cut selling
typewriter?
and
They're
operating
huge.
costs by
One
reducing
key
the
at
number
a
of
time, baby.
salespersonnel. An adequate
Take a
sales
while.
force ensures
That
good
takes a
customer
while.
service.
Oh, damn it, I
and
forgot
is
the
far
queue.
less
I'll have to go back.
expensive than losses to shoplifters.
I'm going in for
What
the
the
K
shoplifter
today.
can
Wish
steal
me
in
luck.
seconds
How
will
is she
more than pay
walking
the
with this
daily wage of a
6
good
packs of
salesperson.
hamburger in her, between her legs?
I mean, listen, never
By
discount
stealing
what
cartons of
the
cigarettes,
abilities
this
of a
professional
woman.
can easily
One
earn
falls out and you're done,
$100 a
right?
day.
Like,
Yeah.
She earns as much or more when working drugstores.
Look at those just
clothing
cartons of
stores,
cigarettes just sitting
hardware,
there.
wow,
or
that's
discount stores.
nowadays that's like
This woman
thousands of dollars
represents a
of
growing number of
merchandise right there.
shoplifters who are
Yeah.
taking advantage of the
But they put all that stuff behind the
self-service
counter
store.
now. You can't go in the
The
aisle
removal
and
of
just buy
barriers
cigarettes
between goods
anymore.
and customers
Some places
and
you
the
can't
improved
go
display
anywhere to get
techniques,
it. And then a
which
lot of
is
stores around me, you
psychologically
can't
designed
get
to increase buying.
cigarettes no matter where you go.
Oh, really? Because the grocery
Although
stores
the
here, they have them, but they're
professional makes
locked
up only
up.
about 10% of those stealing from
interesting.
you. The dollar value
Yeah,
of what
it's-
they
I don't know,
steal
it's-
far
it's
exceeds
the whole
that
New
of
York
the
thing.
amateur
Oh,
shoplifter.
okay.
Pros usually
But yeah, you're right, like,
steal
that would be,
expensive
like-
items, later selling them for about half
Yeah,
the
she's
retail
she's
price.
making out like a bandit.
The security chief
The
of one large
classic-
department store believes
The
one
classic
professional
move that
shoplifter
I've
is
seen
more
with
costly
shoplifters
than 100
was to buy
amateurs.
like a
While some store managers claim
like
the small but frequent
like
theft
something
of
you
the
put
amateur
stuff in
is their
that was soft on the inside and put a bunch of
Smaller stores
stuff in
can't
there,
afford
close it, and
security
then buy it,
personnel
Right.
and boosters
and
know
then
it.
leave. And it's
Like a
like,
suitcase
wow,
or something, or a duffel bag?
recognize
Yeah,
salespersonnel
suitcase
working on
or
commission,
some,
because a
you
stall
know, something
will
like that.
usually
Dead body.
send them scurrying to a hotter sales prospect.
Yeah, pillow.
And
Yeah.
that's what the shoplifter wants.
I don't know if you could purchase a dead
But regardless
body.
of who
That depends on where
brings
you shop.
threat to store profits, the amateur or the professional.
The greatest
Most
threat to
shoplifters can be
store
deterred
profits
by
is Marla
observant
Gibbs.
Sales personnel who
I think that was the
acknowledge
actress
all
who
customers, letting
played
no
the
one
maid.
go unrecognized. Personnel who treat
Gibbs,
everyone as
I mean,
a customer.
listen,
that was her.
let's.
This
I think we have to
professional will
point
be the
out
first
though
to admit
that there is an
the presence
actress
of an
that's very well
observant,
known
alert
that is known for
salesperson
having
would
shoplifting.
have
Oh,
sent
Winona
her
Ryder,
away
yeah.
empty-handed.
Winona Ryder.
So she had all this shit
This
between
is
her
the
legs.
merchandise she carried out of the store.
How?
However, she neglected
All
to
at
pay
once?
for
How
these
did she get 8 cartons of cigarettes between her legs? Or however many that
I
is. It's
don't
like
know.
This
10.
housewife does about 90%
She'd
of
be
her
walking
family
like
shopping,
real bow-legged.
and more than 85%
I remember
of
when
the nation's
when the movie Titanic
She is a
came out
typical
on
amateur
videotape,
Yeah.
and
She may
there were
feel
it was
your
a
store
2-disc
owes her
or
something,
2-tape
that
set
such a
Yeah.
small
that you had to
item
buy,
won't be
and
missed.
somebody stole. They managed to get most of the way through the store with
Her
60
purchase came
of them.
to
6-0?
$13.50.
6-0.
Where?
Most
How?
supermarkets operate on a
I
very
don't
low
know. I
profit margin.
don't know
The fact
how
that a
because I
99
wasn't.
cent
I
item
didn't see
represents a
that.
substantial
But that was
loss
like,
based on what
yeah,
this
no,
housewife purchased.
watch this item. They're
And
people
she'll
are trying to
probably
like
be
60.
back tomorrow.
That's crazy.
or the
One
next.
person?
Yeah, one person.
Don't allow
And those,
empty
I mean, we were
cartons
selling
to
those for like
accumulate in
$40
the front of your
each.
store.
So
Right,
you know,
right.
Many a
So you
request
do
for
what
what
6
you think
times
is an
4
empty
is-
box has been
that's
prompted
like
by the
more than
knowledge that it has been
$30.
filled
Right.
with your merchandise
That's crazy.
by an accomplice.
yeah.
Look at all this shit I stole. I want to
Men
steal this
also
Clorox.
pull this trick, stuffing
You know, maybe the
meat,
real
cigarettes,
problem
or
isn't
other
shoplifting.
items
Maybe
down
the
their
real
trousers
problem
and
is
covering it with
capitalism.
their shirt.
Well, yeah.
Placing tags inside the wrapping can eliminate much of this.
Oh yeah, tag switching.
Oh, yep.
Can't do that anymore.
Nope.
Barcodes.
No, barcodes, yeah.
Switching containers.
Well, you can
Putting
switch the barcode,
expensive
I suppose,
items
but that'd be
into
hard to
cartons
do.
formerly containing inexpensive items.
This is what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Putting
right
stuff.
here. Yeah,
The
yeah.
cashier
There's
will
Jesse right
notice
there.
all tears and
That's right.
broken seals.
It's a good
I
move.
mean,
It's a good move,
it's
yeah.
my classic move. I'll grab like a big
It's
box
easy
of
to slip
diapers
items
and like
under
put
her
like a
knitting.
bunch of like cheap
Beware
frozen
of
foods in there, and then I'll go
customers
pay, and it's like
bringing
way
bags,
more than I
boxes,
would have paid
or
for just the
any
frozen
large
foods.
container in your store.
I'm not a very good shoplifter.
No, these slacks weren't exactly what she wanted. The green
No,
ones are.
those slacks are horrifying.
Use the check system. Make
Look
sure everything
at
is
that shit. No.
This woman gambles
I want
at a
2
bag
pairs of
from another
pants.
store store will not be searched.
Oh, a bag from another store. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. See, we're learning, we're learning some good tips here.
No, I remember that. We used to search bags. If somebody came in with like bags from other stores, oh yeah, we would have to search them.
Some shoplifters
Can I see your bag, please?
It sounds like you are far more diligent than the people in this short.
They're old for your new.
What, or diligent at all?
Here's a happy customer. Happy that the clerk wasn't alert.
Well, I think one of the problems in the 60s, which is when I think this was made in like the early 60s based on their haircuts and stuff, is that people were way too trusting back then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they would never shoplift. Like, that's the point of this short, is like, hey, people do shoplift, and this is how they do it.
Switching
all these dopes were like, really? Oh my god.
By the time we got to the 90s, we knew.
Oh,
like,
sure,
we're like,
sure.
We've seen Kurt Cobain kill himself. Like, we know what's going on. Yeah.
Grunge pretty much caused a lot of the shoplifting.
I listen to Stone Temple Pilots. I know things are bad.
Only 2 seconds are needed to steal an expensive camera.
Or share.
Here is another type of booster box. It's carried by the shoplifter.
I think that might have been too early.
Do you know that was the first song that had auto-tune?
Not all packages are what they
So the story behind that song was that Cher didn't like it, and so she refused to do more than like 2 takes of it. And the audio engineer, and they were like not really like working very well, and so the audio engineer said, "Hey, I have this thing I'm working on," and that's how they did it. They stitched together her audio with auto-tune.
That's amazing.
So that you couldn't tell that it was, from different takes and shit.
And that's why she's a diva.
And she was like half-assing it.
Because she accidentally invents a thing that we'll hear about for the rest of her life.
Lady, she doesn't even know this woman. She's just...
While the partner acts as a lookout.
You should try that.
Making her selection while her
Ma'am, I can't help but notice you seem to have a little bit more junk in your trunk.
You've got quite the caboose there, Grandma.
Placed under her arm temporarily.
Ooh. Now that jacket is a crime against humanity right there.
She doesn't plan to carry it out. She'll wear it.
I didn't plan for it. It just kind of happened. Return merchandise to racks. Thank you. Now this lady's too skinny to hide anything. Oh, okay.
That's right.
These won't do. They're just not at all done.
She looks so much like my grandmother, though.
Clothing left
and I feel like this is a thing that my grandmother might have done.
Oh, she was in this short?
Or under their own clothes.
Because she did some acting for Kodak and stuff.
Okay. Well, strangely, this was made by the Highway Patrol. I don't know why. But if you look at the very beginning, it says the Highway Patrol.
Female boosters can take 3 or 4 suits, including hangers, in one motion.
Absolutely.
Between their legs with
and one swell foop.
Sometimes a partner will enter the store first.
Whoever produced this thinks that vaginas are magic. I'm just putting that out.
I don't understand how they walk with this stuff, because as soon as you take a couple steps, it's going to fall. You've got to be just clenching it big time for that stuff not to fall out.
Between her legs without you seeing that item. She can steal it.
God damn.
This method can be
just as simple as that.
That's it.
Well, it's just
But wouldn't your... Okay, so you stick some big plastic thing up between your legs, right? Isn't it going to squeak when you walk?
I mean, unless maybe you squeak when you walk normally, so nobody knows.
Oh, that's just Jane. She's just squeaking up and down the aisle.
Ah, jeez.
She waxes down there and it just squeaks.
Air that. Oh, look at this guy. This guy's the low-red Batman over here.
Yeah. Articles on the counter as possible.
That's right.
To take a loan item since it would immediately be missed. And
so he just has these hooks.
Yeah,
wow, that's pretty fancy.
On a rainy day,
I've actually seen one of those.
Really? Palms the tag and walks out of the store. Stealing larger items requires more self-possession.
I brought my briefcase to the grocery store.
I put my luggage into Target today. I'm going to leave with my luggage.
Yes.
Goodbye.
I took a very short trip to Target. I had to pack.
Have you ever accidentally shoplifted anything?
Probably. Well, so
Yeah.
like there's this self-service thing at my work. It's like a little convenience store thing, and I think a couple of times like it wouldn't take my money, so I just left.
Yeah.
But that's like a Coke or something. It's not like I was intentionally doing it. It just literally wouldn't take my money. I'm like, well, I got stuff to do. So.
I had a thing for a little while where I kept accidentally stealing greeting cards because I'd go into a store for a few things, one of which is a greeting card. I'd only find the greeting card, and then I'd go looking for the other things and not find what I was looking for. And I just left. And then later on, I'd be like, oh, wait, I had this greeting left.
Oh, okay.
And I would walk out of the store and have a greeting card. So, you know.
Or you're a shoplifter.
Stole literally dozens of dollars.
This is hideous. I'm going to shoplift it. Well, sounds good, ma'am. Variety meats. This is squirrel.
And observation points also eliminate
Look at this guy.
I expected a camera.
What if that was your job?
television cameras and other electronic
Staring through the vent at people all day.
For good salespeople.
Yeah, it's my job. I'm not just doing this because I'm a creep.
Why does he have binoculars? What's that going to do?
But when a shoplifter spots an alert salesperson,
you can't. Binoculars aren't going to work at that range.
I mean, what is?
You can be able to see anything.
It not only
Plus, you're looking through vents. If you try to use binoculars, it's not going to work.
If you treat
hey, John, you know how you're always staring through my windows?
Performed your duty as an efficient, courteous salesperson.
I got an idea for you.
If they are a shoplifter,
there's Grandma. She's going to steal something. Oh yeah.
And then he pulls out a sniper rifle.
Exactly.
Number of salespeople during busy hours ensures
sniper rifle if you're lucky.
Mass shoplifting. A uniformed guard patrolling your aisles is also a strong deterrent to stealing.
You folks shoplifting anything?
Preventatives include elevated sales stations for complete surveillance and therefore
elevated sense of self-worth
over your merchandise. Adequate lighting.
This guy, he thinks he's the park ranger. I'll find fires.
Shoplifters develop.
He takes off his glasses and he's Superman. No.
For example, a shoplifter never keeps his eyes on the merchandise.
Look at this guy.
He watches you and the customers around him, waiting for that moment of privacy when he can steal.
What? Is that a...
Beware of loose
look at this
coats.
guy. Creeper alert.
I mean... Alertness.
He's wearing just like a little dickie, and then under the coat is nothing.
Awareness of all.
He's either a creeper or just a newspaper man, which I guess is just another way to say creeper.
Merchandise. Serve
it looked like it said Sith jewelry. Pretty sure that's not what it said, but
immediately acknowledge
that'd be amazing.
I'll be with you in a moment, sir.
Anger is the first step to extravagance.
Charm bracelet.
To a shoplifter, it means I'm watching you.
Anger leads to fear. Fear leads to something. Hate.
And for
hate leads to sorrow.
Keep them and the merchandise.
No, I think hatred is like just the like throughway path. Like
no,
it's
but
like,
the thing that Yoda said. Yoda says he mentions how this thing works.
Fear leads to anger.
It's
anger leads to hate.
Yeah.
Hate leads to the dark side.
But that was suffering.
Out of reach.
I'm pretty sure suffering is towards the end.
Left in stairwells,
now that's not the Sith code. We're going way off here.
I'm not sure where bracelets come in now, but
well, suffering leads to bracelets.
All merchandise should be returned immediately.
Tennis bracelets specifically.
This is
no, but there's this thing he says, and I think suffering's like the third thing, and then I can't remember what the suffering leads to.
It may be
sadness, or no, he doesn't say sadness, but something like that.
I don't know. I'm already dyslexic. I'm not listening to
it.
What
could be bracelets, for all we know. Now, I will point out there's a Sith code that's different. That's not the thing that Yoda says.
Not all
There's a Sith code?
Yeah, it's found in the expanded universe. We're going way off the topic here, but
yeah.
It's about breaking chains and things. I'd have to look it up. But you can look it up on Google. It's a real thing.
There's a lot of stuff in there about shoplifting, though. So
yes, for sure. Yes. The Sith were notorious shoplifters.
To there are. Never more, never less.
I'm going to report you to Darth Sidious.
May offer an opportunity for a new shoplifter to be created.
You're stolen for the last time. Just force lightning.
If you see someone take
That'd be amazing if they had force
best
lightning in this.
policy is usually to make
Yes.
no attempt to apprehend
Steal
the
that
suspect
silverware.
That would liven up this short for sure.
Get a physical
I mean,
description.
even a little force
Sith
choke.
lightning.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Sith lightning can liven up a lot of stuff.
Even a force choke would work for me.
Your superior.
Yeah, they catch a shoplifter and Vader just like lifts him up from 10 feet away, and they're up against the wall choking to death. That would be beautiful.
You know how you stop a Sith that's doing force choke on you, right?
What? Spin at him?
He starts choking you with force choke, and you go harder.
Devote yourself to doing the best
Ah.
sales job you can.
Okay. All right. The Highway Safety
All right.
Foundation.
RC Cola, you all know about RC Cola, and to
what's going on
present
behind this
their
guy?
message tonight, one of the second most famous RC of them all, Burt Newton.
Okay.
Here for you, very
Statue of David, I know, but like right under your eye line.
All right, I know. It's
RC, the
right
cola,
there.
or the people mixer. Now, there's a very good reason for that. First of all, the flavor. It's unique among
It's made of
colas.
people.
It's made of
Sample
people.
quite a few colas.
made of
before you
koala
find
shit.
one that tasted as fresh.
These are
and
Australians,
tasted
in
as
case you can't.
sparkling, as effervescent
Oh, yeah,
as
yeah.
RC.
I've got a
And
pitcher
burst with
completely
bubbles
filled
for a really
with
fresh
ice.
feeling.
I don't know what I'm going to do with
I
it,
mean,
but
You taste the people mixer. That's
here's
what
the
they call it.
thing.
Take a
Like
little
this,
bottle of RC
at this
Cola
period
right
of time, keep in mind that
Or to a
in
friend's
Australia,
place
this is what
and just get together.
the 60s.
I have no idea.
This is
Maybe.
here's the thing though. This is Australia, so this
What's that
could be
mean?
like 1994
Look
too.
at that.
It could
But
be, I
Bubbles
guess.
as fresh as the month of May.
regardless of what year this was, that guy's grandfather was a criminal
RC,
who was
this is
left
gonna be a
there by
shot with the
Britain.
old
Correct.
General's nuts.
I neglect to mention I've got a wang over my shoulder here.
RC. will go
Has
as
anyone
quickly
seen
as
this?
you
Because
want
it's
it to.
pretty-
No, it won't go as quickly as you want it to as a party. It'll go very quickly. That's what I'm trying to say. So make sure you get a litre
Are you
bottle of
crazy?
RC.
'Cause finally I
RC,
could
the
see your
people
nuts.
mixer. It's fresh. It's bubble.
This
Here's
is
looking
a
up.
paid commercial
Your
for
best
RC
time.
Cola, by the way. Oh,
You get what you paid for?
He's reading a book during the... Okay. Well, that was interesting. All right. Now we're on to Radar Men from the Moon. This is episode 9, I believe.
Ah, great. I've definitely seen this. I'm going to point that out because I love this. I watched it multiple times
There
all
he
the way
is.
through.
Now,
Introducing a new character, Commando Cody.
yes, he's been in every episode before this, but now he's new. Or nude. Maybe he's a nude character. Now, Clayton Moore at the bottom there, Lone Ranger.
Oh, George Wallace is from something too.
Yes, he was a politician, I believe. Wasn't he the one who... Something with segregation. I can't remember. I don't think it's the same guy, but maybe it is.
Yeah, I mean, there was like 7 names back then.
Right.
So. Now this predates everything, by the way. Everything else that we've watched, this is before.
Oh, for
all
sure.
of it.
Yeah, this is 54, I think.
Yeah.
Now, they did package all of these up and make a TV movie out of this. So you may have seen this as a TV movie.
It is not as good as the serials.
Well, they cut out a lot of stuff.
They cut out way too much of it.
And they cut off all of this, which is essential because we talked through the whole movie and we don't know what's happening, so...
Commando uses the captured Moon Man's uniform.
So this is from last episode. There was some kind of a chase with these tanks.
These tanks, by the way, straight out of Warhammer 40,000.
Absolutely. Now, I want to ask your opinion on something.
Yeah.
So the main character's name is Commando Cody.
Yeah.
Now, there is a character in the Star Wars prequels called Commander Cody.
Oh, yeah, it's 100%
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
All my other co-hosts that have watched this seem baffled by that, but I thought there was a 99% chance that was the case.
Lucas was a huge fan of serials. So there's if you watch the second set of Flash Gordon serials, and I think Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe.
Okay.
If you watch that entire thing, it's the plot of Empire Strikes Back. What just right there.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't surprise me.
So, I mean,
the plot
it's
of the
kinda
original
funny.
Star Wars came from a Japanese movie. I forget the name of it, but
the Hidden Fortress.
Yeah. Not everything, obviously, right? Like he added stuff, like but a lot of the mysticism, And the general concept of it, I guess, came from there.
Well, even like the two bumbling like pals, that one of which can't really talk, is like immediately from that, and yeah.
Now, their appearance though is based on Laurel and Hardy.
Yes.
And certainly C-3PO's mannerisms are like all of Stan Laurel.
Stan Laurel, very much so. Yeah. The great thing about these, like, especially like Radar Men, because the great thing about the serials, and now I'm no longer making fun of this. I love this, like unabashedly.
All right.
Well, the great
I
thing
don't
about
really make
Radar
fun
Men,
of these either. I mean, the only thing I make fun of is just some really silly stuff that happens, but like not in general.
It's there, but the thing is, like, they weren't ripping anybody off.
Well, no, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah. Like stuff where he gets pushed off a cliff and he's got his jetpack. It's like, well, you know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah. And I'm sometimes critical of people that are like the first to do a thing. Like one of the things when I read the Tolkien books, I was like, they're okay, but I feel like it's done better later and stuff like that. And like, and people, I take a lot of heat for that. Please don't at me. Although if you want to at me, I'm Doc Ballinger on everything.
All right.
That's my plug.
Please do. All right.
But at the same time, like when just because somebody does something for the first time, I don't ever think it's like the best. But at the same time,
no, for sure.
Sometimes it's worth looking and it's always worth looking at Tolkien. Because he established so much. Right.
But are his version of the elves the best? Are his version of dungeon delving the best? Maybe not. Right? But like if he hadn't done that work, the other stuff may not have ever happened.
You'd never have Spelljammer if it weren't for The Hobbit.
Right. And also I will point out that he, like some other authors, and George Lucas, borrowed things from things that came before. For example, a lot of the Tolkien stuff comes from Norse and Teutonic mythology.
Norse mythology.
Right.
Yep.
So don't think he made up all that stuff. He certainly didn't make up dwarves or elves or giants or any of that stuff. Like, those all existed before him.
And there's a through line to that too. Even with this stuff, which again, I'm defending it because I love it. I'm defending it to nobody, which is insane. But I do love it. But there's a lot of stuff in here that's stolen from like Flash Gordon comic strips.
Oh yeah.
And like,
well, the ship. So the spaceship they're in looks like the ship from Flash Gordon. Like you'll see it here in a second. Yes. It looks just like it.
And every ship in this era.
Yeah, I mentioned in the last time where in Flash Gordon it was on like this little track that you couldn't really see, but it was like spiraling down while it lands. Like it's obviously on some kind of invisible train track.
By the way, at the end of this episode, with the audience listening, I'm going to pitch an idea for you and me to watch a thing, and but just remind me of it. Because otherwise,
well, keep in mind we're watching 2 of these, so at the end of the second one.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
And the end of the second one.
Yes, for sure. I'm going into the ship's butthole. Oh, never mind.
Uh-oh. Ah, man, these guys again.
These are like the Moon Men, or what are these guys?
Moon Men.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you're on the moon, your eyes get all dark because you can't sleep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because like, what are you going to see to sleep? The moon? You just look down? No.
I want to ask you something because you've seen this before. Why are they here? Because they said they were there to get lunarium, but they didn't. I don't remember them saying why they wanted it. They just wanted it.
At no point, yeah. It's definitely like there's like there is this plot that's inserted of like there's this so-called unobtainium thing that they're supposed to get. It's like, But why did they? Yeah, I don't. Man,
As the world-renowned expert on Radar Men, I expected you to know the answer to that.
I am barely living room renowned on it. So.
Barely conscious.
But
speaking of that, I gotta work on my doers here.
I am gonna. Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm gonna pop a little more Drambuie for this.
Very nice.
This is beautiful.
Oh, somebody got shot. Apparently it wasn't Commando Cody. Okay. Now kick him in the junk.
Also, Commando Cody is remarkably ineffective for what he does.
Yeah, I would say that's accurate.
He kind of runs into things a bunch of times, and that's about it.
This woman's like dazed. No one cares. I hurt my head.
What'll I do with it?
Well, you're a woman, so you don't count for anything.
Go sit down. Stop bothering me.
I don't think... I'm pretty sure you can't vote yet.
Right.
No. I just got the right to vote. Well, whatever.
Where's your helmet?
Everything okay, Hank?
Also, his helmet looks like Boba Fett's helmet a little bit.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
all
that stuff's on purpose. Yeah.
Now, the weird thing I want to point out about the original appearance of Boba Fett is he had the jetpack, but he never used it. He didn't. It wasn't actually used until the prequels when Jango Fett used it.
Right.
That seems like a missed opportunity.
He did use it above the Sarlacc pad.
Well, it got activated when Han hit it with something. He didn't intentionally.
No, because he went from the barge to the skiff.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Okay, sorry. I was thinking. Never mind. Okay, I'm too drunk for this.
No, hey, listen. I only know that because it's like the one thing I've really paid attention to in Star Wars.
Calculate the time of their arrival.
Now, who is this guy? He's like the king of the moon.
This guy's voice is so great, though.
I still haven't figured out what he's trying to do.
Time of their arrival.
But what is he trying to accomplish?
He's in charge and he's commanding people.
I understand that, but why?
But he's in charge and he's telling people to do things.
They didn't really think too hard when they made these. They're like, let's just have some guys show up when you punch them. Okay, good. Sounds great. Yeah, that ship is totally a ripoff from Flash Gordon.
There we are.
With the little fins and shit.
Oh yeah. Say, Fred, what's a name that starts with C that we can put in after Commando?
I have one that ends in a T. Can we use that?
No.
Pretty sure we can't.
No, that doesn't work.
Not in 1954.
Here it comes. Right when
Fred, I knew I should have hired my wife's cousin.
Here's the death ray.
Oh yeah. By the way, this laser shows up all over the place too.
Well, so they keep trying to shoot stuff with it, but they're horribly inaccurate. And then it's in the back of a truck, so they have to keep moving the truck around, which is pretty hilarious.
No, but I mean the laser shows up in other sci-fi things.
Oh, well, that could be, yeah.
Yeah.
They probably just loaned it to people. So we're done with it here.
It's, I mean, there's like Doctor Who. This inspired everything.
Yeah. Oh, they hit the ship? I don't know. They didn't show the blast actually hit the ship.
No.
They showed them kind of doing
because
the Star
that
Trek.
would mean you damaged the miniature, and they might need it for more episodes.
They just did the Star Trek rock back and forth, which I'm sure was not originated by Star Trek, but
no.
Keep going up.
That kind of stuff. There are so many sci-fi and horror movies from like the 50s and 60s. They all do very similar things. And once you've watched a few of them, what happens is you tend to get them mixed up in your mind. You're like, oh, was that the space invaders from Mars, or was it the rocket men from Venus? Like, you can't remember because they're so similar.
No, it's absolutely true. I mean, why are they radar men from the moon? What do they have to do with radar?
There hasn't been a single radar in this whole thing so far.
No, of course there isn't in the whole thing. Spoiler alert, sorry to ruin it for you.
Well, we're 9 episodes in. At this point, there should have been radar. Here he goes, falling to his death.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, okay.
Well, that's it for Commando
I
Cody.
love how he just casually turns the dial as he's falling to his death.
Quick, hit him with our turn things off ray.
Yes. Turn things off ray.
Rocket's coming in again. Get set for it. This time, Wayland,
All right.
so close you
All right, try to hit it this time. Okay, I'll try. Here comes Boba Fett. Rocketeer.
It also is a little bit like a luchador mask, like a metal luchador mask.
Oh, we did one of those movies too. We did a luchador movie once. We did.
I love luchador movies.
El Santo versus Dr. Death. It is.
I was gonna ask. That's the best one.
Oh, that is an amazing film. You should totally watch it. It's really funny.
I've watched it. Everybody should watch it.
So, we did it on here though. That's the important thing. So watch it on here.
Oh yeah, I should watch it on here. I haven't seen it in a long time, so I should.
We had a really great time watching it. It is so silly.
Those are so fun.
And then we watched a female Mexican wrestling movie called Batwoman.
Really?
Yep. And she was literally wearing the Batwoman outfit from the TV show.
That's hilarious.
And the DC Comics tried to sue them, but they're like, well, we're in Mexico, so F you. And it had nothing to do with the Batman. Like, it was just the outfit. There was nothing else in it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Three Mighty Men is one that you should look into. It's a Turkish film where
Is it like Turkish Star Wars?
It's along those lines.
Okay.
It might predate it. It's Captain America it's Batman and Captain America teaming up to fight Spider-Man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Mass Execution.
Oh, Mass Execution.
That's your favorite episode, isn't it?
It actually might. Evil has a
It actually might be.
It's Savage.
Whoa.
The secret army of vengeance and global evil.
Yes.
Today, Savage and its diabolical
Look
leader,
at this
General
rip-off
Warhawk,
of G.I. Joe.
threaten the freedom of everyone.
Oh, I had a bunch of these that people who didn't know what G.I. Joe was bought me.
Rambo.
Uh-oh, Rambo.
He's not just another Joe. He's a fighting machine, expert in all tactical weapons and guerrilla warfare.
Wow.
Rambo's the
Shots
one man
fired
you
at
want when
G.I.
the going
Joe.
gets rough. But the fight won't be easy because
He's
General
not
Warhawk
just
doesn't
another
fight
Joe.
fair,
I've
and
got
he
a
doesn't fight
sword and a
alone.
gun.
Second in command is Sergeant Havoc. He thrives on treachery and dirty tricks.
Sergeant Havoc.
Dog. He's one mean dude with a real short fuse.
Oh,
Ooh, he's got a mohawk.
ruthless mercenary. He rewrote the book on
What the
combat.
hell? Look at this thing.
Nomad, a terrorist who's not above seizing hostages or planting a bomb. And the final member of Savage is the Black Dragon, a deadly ninja
The Black
warrior.
Dragon.
But if freedom and justice
He
aren't
shoots acid out of his
supplied,
mouth.
the only hope is with Rambo and the Force of Freedom. Fighting alongside Rambo is Colonel Troutman, the toughest CO in the
There's Colonel
Special
Troutman.
Forces.
That's
Turbo,
literally, wow,
Alex
what a
Wiz,
great
whose
likeness.
invention
Yeah, that was
keeps
good
the Force of
likeness,
Freedom
yeah.
one step
What on
ahead
earth
of
is
Savage.
this?
She's always ready to swing into action.
I don't remember
And
any
the
of this
White
from the
Dragon,
Rambo
who, unlike
movies.
his evil twin brother, uses his ninja powers only
I
for
may have
good.
ducked out to go to the bathroom or something, but...
I did rewatch them this past year, all of them.
And what part is this from?
And liberty will never surrender.
It's from the fucking fever dream that Rambo has.
They're like, we need Rambo toys. Okay.
Yeah, I was a bunch of toys. Give me Cat.
Now,
That'll help me out.
I do want to mention one thing. Those toys are actually pretty valuable collecting-wise because they did not make a ton of them. Yeah. So I saw a Rambo with the vehicle in the box. And it was like $600.
Oh,
yeah.
Again, give me like release the STL files. I want to print my own.
Rambo toys.
I'll scale them. They'll all be G.I. Joe size, man.
Speaking of Sly Stallone, he was going to be in G.I. Joe, and it fell through. But, and you can do this in your little Marvel podcast, he's in the order of battle. So Rocky is in the order of battle books.
Rocky is in the order of battle,
because that deal was going on at
figure.
the time, and it fell through afterwards.
Yeah. Do you remember who they got instead of him?
Sergeant Slaughter?
No, Sergeant Slaughter. They wanted Rambo because not Rambo.
Rocky.
Sorry, they didn't want Rambo.
They wanted Rocky.
Yeah. And because they had Sergeant Slaughter and they had a lot of success with that, instead of Sergeant Slaughter, they got Refrigerator Perry.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Not at all the same thing.
The fridge. Oof.
He had a football. He had a football on a chain.
He had a football on a chain. He also had a huge gap in his teeth.
Yes, he does.
And that was like, oh man, that. Oh god.
Now the fridge was never in the cartoon.
No, Fridge is never on the cartoon. He was never in anything, which is probably.
He wasn't in the Marvel comics, was he?
Better for it. No.
Okay. Are you sure?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sarge was only in a few, and then they realized that they had to get likeness rights for him.
Well, I think that the issue there was that was towards the end of the Marvel run, though. That was when the G.I. Joe the movie came out.
Oh no, that was like midway through because I reread it.
That was
last
like
year.
87 was when the movie, and isn't that when they introduced Sergeant Slaughter?
No.
Oh.
They introduced him. They introduced Sergeant Slaughter in the fifth. I think it was the fifth.
Welcome everyone to G.I. Joe Talk. This is
86.
Oh my gosh, we go off on such tangents.
We really do. Do you know who was never in the G.I. Joe series? And I think we're
George Bush
for it. No, actually, I was going to say the Radar Men from the Moon.
Oh, that's true.
And Commando.
That's true.
Commando
Cody should have been.
This might say.
Now,
oh, look at those are the fakest boxes I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, last episode I did with someone else. They mentioned those. We thought that was actually pretty ingenious at the time.
Oh, it's very ingenious.
But you're right. Up close, you'd be like, those aren't boxes. Yeah.
I must report to the moon.
I love that this guy has to tell you that this is serious.
Oh, this is very serious. Attention, all cars.
I think this episode is actually the one where they're like, oh, we better have a plot.
The Greco-Roman ruins on the moon.
Meanwhile, in Atlantis.
Right. They just went back to the same scene, didn't they? Oh, no, this guy's... Okay, this guy's on the moon.
Commander Reddick.
Hello? Is this thing on?
Commando Cody has
I wet him.
plans for destroying the rocket.
This guy's got, like, the goofiest outfit, too. Like,
well, they both do. They have these cowls.
Yeah, but this guy's, like, wearing drapes.
But I did my best. Your best is
Like,
This is some kind of a Pope outfit without the headdress.
I will welcome your help.
Well, he's got the mouth. He's got the he's got to hide his ears.
No, but I mean, the rest of his outfit is like Pope John Paul II, and then he's got the cowl.
That's true.
Yeah.
And the meantime, us.
Yes,
he shakes a fist so well. I just love this so much. I'm so broken.
Well, enough of that scene.
Cody!
Back at Cody headquarters.
At the government atomic laboratory. And they've already
I wonder,
started converting
good thing they have their secret headquarters.
It says Cody on it.
With his stupid name on it. I wonder if he lives here.
I love how they went to the moon, came back, and changed into their well-pressed suits.
No.
Yeah, why did everybody wear suits back then?
Yeah, and their fedoras. They all... No, they're not wearing their fedoras here, but, like, yeah.
Let me ask you this, and you may have a different answer than me. How many suits do you own?
One.
Me too.
Because I never wear it. I mean, I wear it for, like, funerals and weddings, and that's it. Like, I don't wear it to work.
I was going to say, I need, like, 0.3 suits. Like...
If I had a job where I needed a suit, I'd have more of them, but I don't.
It's totally fair.
I don't think I've worn
everybody
a suit except for my interview.
All men back then had suits on all the time.
It was funny because there was a fight scene, I think, in episode 1 or 2, and they were wearing their fedoras and they never came off, and we're wondering how that happened.
Apparently you were expecting me.
Like they stapled them on like Indiana Jones, or...
Oh, yeah.
They had to have, or glue or something. Ooh, this is the big confrontation with the bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
What is that paperweight on his desk? Looks like a hand.
His kid made that.
Elementary school.
And he's like, hey, it's not great. It's held together pretty poorly, but you know, he wants to encourage the kids looking into the art.
For sure.
He was hoping he'd go into science like his dad, but he's pretty sure that by the end of this series, science is going to kill his dad.
Yes.
So, arts are probably a good call for them.
That or the radar.
Yes.
Killed by radar. Boy, what a way to go.
By the way, Cody's voice is very different in this outfit than it is when he's in a suit.
Yes.
Because he's like choking this whole time. He's like, you'll find the radar, man.
Enabling us to build
I think they may have a voiceover actor do his voice when he's wearing the helmet.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
We call this a ray pistol.
See a ray pistol, I'll raise you a ray rifle.
You deserve some reward for your long journey, but unfortunately I cannot.
So, wait a minute. Did he fly all the way to the moon to talk to this guy?
Yes. Yeah. He just flies to the moon now.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming. Why didn't they frisk this guy and take his weapons?
So much for the effectiveness of your weapons.
Security on the moon is a bit lax.
They you know what? They keep meaning to watch this video about shoplifting.
Absolutely. Uh-oh.
So they can start.
There's a big fight scene again. Now, I think 2 episodes ago they had a fight scene in this very spot.
Oh, they love this set.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's got to reload his ray gun. He fired it once.
Yeah, I know. The one-shot ray gun kind of went out of style with this.
The one-shot Ronnie Reagan.
So I have a character that I made, Captain Dracula of Star Patrol. He's got a gun very much like that.
Is it also one shot at a time?
No. No, he can shoot at least 4 shots.
Uh-oh. Kaboom!
Oh, no!
Something blew up.
He evaporated his own dude.
Oh, good. He has to reload again. Well, how many of these... Bam! There, that was a good shot. All right, bye.
We decided we would need a ray gun if we were to attack the city.
Now he's back on Earth already.
So the next day, Ted and I went back and turned nitrous oxide into
he's like telling a story.
I think he's recalling.
So like, there's no way he went all the way to the moon again and then came back. That's silly. Okay.
But before we could...
Well,
they wouldn't do silly things in this short.
They're still after us. Let's go.
Is that what they needed the lunarium for, that device?
Yeah, for the ray guns, maybe?
Okay.
I don't know.
Why don't they
the Ronald Reagan
put it on a vehicle instead of carrying it around like dopes?
That looks like a cave. Let's get in there.
You know, as the plot supervisor for this, I don't know.
You should have done a better job. You shouldn't have been
way better job.
Drinking the entire time.
Well, to be fair, it was going to be a while before I was born. So,
a couple years. I think you're right. I think those are from Warhammer 40K.
Can't follow them in there. Set the ray gun at constant
It's
heat.
too scary.
We'll melt the cliff and bury them alive.
Right.
Was it like an air raid siren?
I mean...
the Nazis are getting ready to bomb Britain. Everyone into your basement.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's the Battle of Britain all over again. Yeah.
We're just melting the whole set here.
Oh, is that what they're melting the stone?
I think so. And they're trapping the...
That seems like it would take a long time.
What's that?
Yeah.
I'm no geologist, but...
Let's get back as far as we can. Never mind the gun.
Let's get back in black. So they're gonna get trapped by this, whatever this molten rock is.
I mean, I think it might be just like lava at this point, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
I wonder if this is one of the... So, there used to be this old trick that was done all over the place. It was done in the movie Congo, actually, where they actually colored oatmeal.
With the infected monkeys?
And poured it.
We have a lunarium. We can build our own.
No, Congo, they weren't infected monkeys. They were just jerks.
Oh, okay.
And they had a monkey that could a gorilla that could sign. Should say, bad monkey.
You create signs like in the Monstrous Crash, the Pajama Party, those kind of signs?
That's...
Where it says like, incredible, or...
I mean, that's what gorillas do, right?
Oh, he's using the credit card on the door trick.
Is that... Oh, okay.
Sure. There's a really thick credit card. No, I think they're like trapping them in there. They're like like one of those, what do they call them? The thing they put on your tires so you can't drive?
Yeah, like a boot. It's like a... Yeah, back in the 50s, they had door boots. They just put it on your door so you can't leave your home
You
anymore.
also can't open the window and jump out the window.
In the 50s, everything was on the 8th story.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
Yeah. So you're just like, you jumped out the window, you'd break all your legs.
Not if you had a jetpack.
Let's find a spot where we can watch the window in case someone tries to get out.
Shit. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, but I don't think he's in there. I think that's... Oh, I don't know. Maybe he is.
Foiled again. This is laughing gas.
Oh, laughing gas. Oh,
for bigger guns. They're what we'll need to stop an invasion by rocket ships.
Excuse me, but isn't it getting awfully stuffy in here?
Oh, you can't open the window. There's a boot.
Window. I'm going to point out, he doesn't say window. He says window. I'll open a window.
He just has his heater right there. It wasn't even in a holster. It's just like in his pocket. In his like inside jacket pocket. He just had his revolver.
They did just shoot a hole in the window, though, right?
In the window.
The window.
What, they just left?
I feel like you just break the windows at this point,
so
right?
hold on. So they are flooding the building with gas or something, right? And they just broke the window. Was that smart?
No.
Because they can just jump out the window now. I mean, I guess they could have done that before, but... I'm too feeble. That looks like an intercom.
Also, they could just break the window. They have many things in the room that
like
could
all
just
those telephones,
break windows.
Yeah, grab a telephone and just throw it. Come on, do it. No, he's a putz. Uh-oh. The planned pursuit of justice.
I think you're pretty close to the end, I think.
Yeah, there's only 12, yeah. So, all right, so that was our Shorts-A-Palooza 1, a cavalcade of excitement and frivolity. What did you think, Jesse?
Amazing. Oh man, they're like getting to the Commander Cody's was woof, but it was worth it. Those are still watching those. I love those unabashedly. Man, that I'm gonna say horror thing was
that was a tough one.
Yeah. Fortunately, the shoplifting thing was like an upbeat.
Absolutely.
So that's
absolutely. It was a tour de force compared to Monsters Crash, the Pajama Party.
The shoplifting thing was funnier.
Oh, for sure.
And Monsters Crash.
Well, because they weren't trying to be funny. That's why it was funny, right? Like so.
That's
there's
true.
a thing in comedy where if you have to explain your joke, then it's not funny.
Although I love explaining my jokes.
I do too, which I am terrible at on here. I constantly explain my jokes, and I probably shouldn't, but. So Jesse, you mentioned an idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I did say this. And I've wanted to do this for a while, anyways. And you do it any way you want to. There is a film from 1914 called Cabiria, and it is the first appearance of a strongman character that becomes an Italian staple for a lot of films called maquiste. And a lot of the maquiste movies would end up coming over to the U.S. and being like Hercules or Samson movies.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that there is a through line there, but it's from 1914. Wow. It's fallen into the public domain.
Yeah.
It's not just a movie. It's like broken down. But I would love to do that on here. I think it would be really cool. It would be. It might be even worth it to have another person on, because it's a big long thing. It might be worth it to do it in parts. But it is great. It is weird and insane and just wonderful.
All right.
So
well, perhaps we will take that up at a future date. All right. Well, I want to thank Jesse for joining us on this episode of Two Drunk Guys Watch. Next episode will be Old Mother Riley Joins Up. This is another. Last season we watched this Old Mother Riley, which is this old British guy in drag, and it's supposed to be funny, and it's not. But anyway, we'll be watching that one next time.
I'm Doc Palindrome everywhere, and confusion is my superpower. Is my podcast.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I want to thank Jesse for joining us, and until next time, keep things interesting. Next time on Two Drunk Guys Watch.
The nation has a job to do, and who are helping to see it through? Hooray! The women of England.
Blimey, what's this? Don't wait, Give it off a minute. Ma, wait your turn. Oh, I can't wait. I want them to grab me while they've got the chance. There's only one of me. I'm very scarce, you know. Here I am.
Oh, I'm sorry. We don't need any scrubbing, you know. We have fatigue parties for that.
Who's talking about scrubbing? I want to be a what?
A what?
Yes, that's it. One of those. A what?
We're not WAT anymore now. We're ATS.
Oh, you're not using the W.
Name?
Riley.
Address?
Do you like it? I don't think much of it myself. You see, I bought this in the bargain basement on a wet day.
Address.
Oh, it's no good me giving you that. I'm never in.
No address. Will you sign, please?
On the dotted spotted line. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so used to using a pencil. Oh! Oh, I'm sorry. I nearly dotted the wrong eye.
Well, look here. We're both off duty tomorrow afternoon. Let's go for a run in the car.
All right. You can tell them that's just what the doctor ordered.
Partition! Orderly officer!
Mother, why did you shout that?
I knew what you were doing and I didn't want to catch at it.
Why aren't you in bed?
How can I be in bed when I've got it on my shoulder?
Well, why didn't you get it down?
I wish I could because it's getting down. And another thing, there's nowhere to put it down.
Here, you.
Good morning, miss.
Don't curtsy, salute.
Sorry, I forgot.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm going on parade.
Where's your uniform?
Oh, I haven't got one.
Go and get one and don't come on parade until you have.
Certainly. Don't be a twerp. You mean Form 4s. You can't Form 3s. It's an odd number. Drilling's just like darts. You must finish at the double. I know what I'm talking about. I served in the wax. I was known as the soldier's friend. They call me Sweet Fanny Adams.
It's nothing to what I shall call you. And I won't have any arguments from the rank and file.
Rank or vile? I'm not rank or vile.
I shall report you for this.
I think I've made a very smart capture.
Oh, pardon me, Uncle, but the capture was actually made by Mrs.
Riley's daughter and her young man. Shh. I hope you'll mention them in dispatches, General.
I certainly shall. Oh, congratulations, my boy. This little for you, ha-ha. And a medal, ooh, ha-ha-ha.
And a medal for you, ha-ha.